Well, hey there everyone, happy Easter. My name's Chris and I'm so excited for what's about to happen. The only thing you need to know is that Easter Jam is for the entire family. So if you're a teenager, this is for you. College students, you too. Kids, you're going to lead the way with fun. No matter who you are, Easter Jam is for you. The only way to not have fun is to not participate. So look around. Is everyone in the room? If not, go ahead and press pause and go grab them now. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
There's only two types of people out there, people who love Peeps and people who don't. No matter how you feel about Peeps, you're going to love this game. Your family's going to face off in the greatest Peep jousting competition ever. I'll explain how it works and then we'll get started. First, divide the room into 2 teams. Next, take 2 Peeps and assign them to a team. Team A gets Peep A, Team B gets Peep B. You can also use a marker or a Sharpie to decorate your Peep, maybe give them a beard or a mustache or an eye patch. Next, take a toothpick and stab it into the Peep like a sword. Make sure it's facing forward and facing the other Peep. Next, place the Peeps on a microwavable safe plate. No social distancing necessary. You're going to want them close and facing each other. Next, it's time for the big event. Place it in the microwave and set it for 45 seconds. You won't let it run that long, trust me. In fact, that's a bad idea. The toothpick that touches the other Peep first wins. As soon as this happens, you're going to turn off the microwave. Trust me on this, families. Okay, it's time to settle this thing. Don't forget to snap a pic of that photo finish. It's go time. Go ahead and press pause and I'll be here when you get done. How did it go? Who won? I want pictures. Post it with the hashtag Cowden Easter Jam. Ready for another game? For this one, you're going to need a laundry basket and lots of socks. If you need to go grab those things, press pause and I'll explain the rest. Got your baskets and socks? Great. Now choose 2 people to play and 2 people to be scorekeepers. To get started, dump all the socks on one side of the room, then place the basket on the other side. When I say go, players will grab a sock, go through the pile and find the matching one, roll the socks together in the shape of a ball or like an Easter egg, and then toss them into the laundry basket. Okay, if you need to press pause now and get everything in position, I'll wait here. Everybody ready? Great. We're putting 1 minute on the counter. This Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright families, who won? Whoever won gets socks? I'm just kidding. Adults, make sure the kids get something special for winning. I hope you guys are having fun so far. We're celebrating today because it's Easter. If you don't know the whole story of Easter, that's okay. Today we're going to talk about what makes Easter such a happy day. Before we get there, I know there's a lot of friends and family that want to hear from you. And to make that happen, we have a few options. Pause the video and pick one of the challenges on the screen to wish your peeps a happy Easter. Even though we're celebrating today a little different than normally, today is still a happy day. And not because of the Peeps or the chocolate. It's still a happy day because of what happened thousands of years ago on the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, yet it's so simple. It's so simple that it can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and his disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with his friends, he told them that he would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Every time I hear the Easter story, it amazes me to hear about how God sent his son Jesus into the world for us. The simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof that we can handle anything. I like to think of it this way: I can because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive. Here's an idea. Take a few minutes as a family and add to the list of things you can do because Jesus is alive. Answer this question as a family. How would you fill in the blank? I can blank because Jesus is alive. Pause the video while you discuss. When you're finished, meet me back here. Here's one last challenge. For this, you'll need to decide who the tech genius is in your house. As soon as the video is over, I want you to go outside and take an Easter family photo. You can be dressed up or in your PJs. You can take it with a silly face or with a Snapchat filter. No matter how you do it, take the family photo and make it awesome. Then share it to social media with the hashtag Cowden Easter Jam. Maybe now more than ever, it's time to celebrate God's faithfulness. After all, that's what makes Easter so happy. Let's sing together.
I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face, I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive.